G'day all and welcome to the teams here on Freo Faithful for this Sunday's clash at home against St Kilda. Hope you're all well. We have made 3 changes, none of them forced, all omissions. It's not often that a team that's won 5 on the trot makes 3 omissions, but that's all the situation we're in at the moment. We've got guys competing for spots very hard, and it's a great situation to be in. Let's take a look at the teams, get your thoughts on the teams in the chat. Both teams have made 3 changes, actually, with the Saints losing a former Docker and bringing in a former Docker, both wingers. Here is the team. Is it there? There we go. The Dockers, our 3 changes: Josh Draper omitted, James Aish omitted, Jeremy Sharp omitted. So this will be Jeremy Sharp's first game that he's missed since joining the club. Coming in, Oscar McDonald, who will probably play his first game this season in the back line. Isaiah Dudley finally comes back in, and Sean Darcy also comes in. So that's the team there. Luke Ryan, Brendan Cox, Oscar McDonald, Heath Chapman, Carl Warner, Jordan Clark, Matt Johnson, Corey Wagner, Nathan O'Driscoll, Murphy Reed, Michael Frederick, Shea Bolton, Pat Voss, Josh Tracy, Jai Amos, Luke Jackson, Caleb Sarong, Andy Brayshaw, then Isaiah Dudley, Neil Erasmus, Sean Darcy, Nat Fife, Bailey Banfield. It's a good team. So I'm happy with the team. Probably the happiest or one of the happiest sort of reactions I've had to our team. The 3 guys that, Draper and Sharp, I don't think could really hold their spot any longer. I sort of always rathered Omac in the team over Drapes in the past few weeks. Drapes just sort of lost confidence this season, unfortunately. And he needs a pretty lengthy stint in the waffle to regain that. This will probably be Omac's only game back in. It feels like we only ever bring him in for 1 week at a time, or 1 or 2 weeks. But yeah, Alex Pearce will probably be back in next week, so Omac will just be filling a void. James Aish, played a quarter as sub, didn't blow the roof off. So yeah, he'll go back down to the waffle. Isaiah Dudley comes in. He's been looking very sharp, very creative. I watched the Peel game on the weekend, and he looked dangerous without having major scoreboard impact. And Peel just didn't play well, and they could barely get the ball in their front half. So yeah, it was a rough day for Dudley, but it was more team orientated. I thought he played his role really well, and he's been banging the door down for a few weeks at Peel ever since he went out. I don't think he played the Gold Coast game. So that was the game he went out. And then Jeremy Sharp's been in some really poor form all season, really. I think it's been quite well publicized. Now, I wasn't one of the guys that jumped on Jeremy Sharp straight away, because I still respect the running that he brings us and the width he brings us both ways of the ball. But I feel like with ball in hand over the past couple of weeks, I don't think running can justify for it. It was really poor on the weekend from Sharpie, or last Thursday. It's been so long since our last game. It feels like we've had another bye. And Sean Darcy's come in, as expected, to counter Rowan Marshall. And we can hopefully tag team him into some dominance out of the middle. The Saints changes. Jimmy Webster has been managed. Brad Hill is out with illness. And Ryan Burns has been omitted. Coming in is Hugo Garcia, Liam Henry, and Jack Carroll. So that's their team there. Keeler, Wilkie, Toru, Stocker, Wanganeen, Miller, Sinclair, Wood, Garcia, Winhager, Henry, Hall, Wilson, Caminiti, Sharman, Owens, Marshall, McRae, Steele, Higgins, Travalia, Clark, Butler, and Carroll. Now, obviously, we did play the Saints earlier this season. I don't think I need to remind you what happened in that game, but I do want to look at the sort of difference in team that we've put out. So our back 6 that game had both Draper and Pearce. This one has neither of them. Interesting. Our midfield that game had Darcy, Sarong, Brayshaw, Sharp, Young, Johnson. So we've got no Sharp, no Young. And we also, Luke Jackson did play that game, but he played forward. Interesting. So we've obviously changed up around the contest since then. And then our forward line in that game had Frederick, Switkowski, Bolton, Jackson, Tracy, Amos. So we had, so Voss wasn't in the team regularly then. So Paddy Voss is another addition. So we've changed a lot all over the ground. We didn't have Nat Fife in that game. Banfield was playing forward in that game. Did Banfield play that game? No, he didn't. So we didn't have Banfield in that game. Quinton Narkle played that game. Righto. So yeah, there's a lot of changes that have happened. We didn't have Erasmus in that game. So look, new beginnings, and I think we've just got to hopefully make the most of it. I like the look of our team on paper. I like the look of our team on paper last time we played the Saints, but games aren't played on paper. They're played on the field, and let's hope we bring something out on Sunday. All right. Honestly, one of the best team changes yet, in my opinion. We have Sharp dropped. Omac for Draper. Ash was pretty good, but Fife had more impact when he was sub. Duds is back, and you get Darcy. Why are we all of a sudden not hot on Darcy? What's wrong with Darcy? Like, we've won 2 games recently because he played. We don't win the North Melbourne game without him. We don't win the Gold Coast game without him. Can we please look at Sean Darcy, not through the lens of, Luke Jackson's a better player. We know Luke Jackson's a better player. It's about the structure of the team. And Sean Darcy absolutely fits into this team when we need him to. And he won us games against Gold Coast and North. So I don't want to hear any of that. But thanks for the comment. I hope the moves isn't delayed too long. Yes, same. Thoughts on Alex Pearce? He'll be back next week. I don't really have any thoughts on him. Sharp game drop shows how much Longmuir has changed. Sharp is one of Longmuir's favourites. Yeah, it's interesting. Me and Drews were discussing that on the podcast. He was saying that he thinks Jeremy Sharp's undroppable, whereas I disagreed with him. And we've seen it. Jeremy Sharp has been dropped. Yeah, thank God. Absolutely. Hopefully, Fife can give Sarong and Brayshaw a chop out so they aren't tagged out the game. So this is a big part of Fife's role, I'm assuming. So Fife will have a job to do. Erasmus will have a job to do. And same with Noddy and Johnson. Same with Wagner. I doubt Wagner's going to go for the counter tag because they don't really have anyone that we would really go to. But we've got some more guys that can chop out in the middle there and give us a different dynamic. We had a sort of a 50% Hayden Young playing that game. Didn't really give us too much. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge to see how we can break out of the windy tag. Or maybe the double tag. They ran a double tag last time. It was Garcia and Winhager. So that's probably why they've brought Garcia in this week, I'd imagine. Someone saw someone say that Sharp must have been playing under coach's instruction if he was only getting 5 touches. Getting dropped mainly means that's clearly not the case. Yeah, exactly. It just hasn't been getting involved that much. Flying the footy isn't his job. His voice has always been very average. He's a great rider, but that's it. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I feel like when Jeremy Sharp gets a lot of ball, it's always when we're playing our poor football because we're going down the line. So yeah, I'm not completely devastated with him going out. I'm glad that Jail's dropped him, putting faith in others to play his role as a sign of maturity as a coach. Yep, I'm agreeing with what you're saying here. I rate Omac over Draper. So do I. What does chat think about this? Do we rate Omac over Draper? I certainly do. I think a lot of people don't like the role Darcy plays, being tied up in $800,000 a year. Even though his role is important, it's probably not worth that much. Well, it's not worth that much, but we can't do anything about the wage now. Like, the situation's changed since he signed that contract. So we can't whinge about the wage now and just not play him because of it. We've just got to suck it up. And he's on that amount of money. If he gets traded, he gets traded. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And we're going to have to utilize him like this. Scully said Jacko is better individually when he's solo, but Freo overall are better with dual ruck. I wouldn't disagree. I still think it's horses for courses, though. Like, this matchup on the weekend certainly warrants both of them. The Gold Coast one did because they played Wits and Moyle. And Cherry, we obviously needed both of them against North. But then you had Vicentini last Thursday that Jackson could go to work with. So, absolutely is horses for courses. 5 sub, I'd probably say so. I would probably say so. Fantasy legend bench warmer Harry Boyd on the emergencies. Yeah, I don't have Harry Boyd. Is Sharp actually out for once? Actually, yeah, I'd say so. Horses for courses, jail top 3 quote. He loves that, doesn't he? We definitely need pace. Every footy show keeps talking about how slow Freo has been. I don't know where they get that from. Yeah, all I've seen is the thing that Fox Footy posted that we're the slowest team in the league, which I don't get, but it's probably still being skewed from our footy early in the season. Darcy rumored to be on about 750k, which is actually about right and kind of cheap in a few years. Yeah, I think people are just getting too caught up in the financials of it, to be honest. Like, the club can deal with that. If we've overpaid him, we've overpaid him. We can't do anything about it now. Let's just make do with what we have. Don't want to be negative, but Sharp might be following the Will Brodie arc of, okay, maybe Gold Coast didn't rate you for a reason. Yeah, I don't think we should, maybe we shouldn't keep picking up SSPs from the Suns or delisted free agents. It's funny. He's followed basically the exact same arc. Wow, there you go. Fife to Winhager. Fife to Winhager. I see your vision. Is he going to do what he did to Heaney last year and counter the tag? Is he going to counter tag the tag? Is he going to tag the tag? Hey, you know what? If Fife's in there to get an extra body on Windy so that Caleb and Andy can get to work, it'd be a masterclass. I see your vision, Sam. Thoughts on possible Trent Rivers links? I haven't seen those. Trent Rivers. I'd like Trent Rivers. He's a good player. From Freo, grew up supporting Freo. From Willerton, I know. So yeah, I'd love old Trent. Where have those rumors come from? Have I missed something? Did they come out today? I'm guessing Darcy is the option if Draper goes. Yeah, probably. I'd still want to just blood games into Vigo and Brian, but I guess you'd probably do want just a better ruck. And maybe Darcy would fit in well at Essendon. Trent Rivers, what's happening here? I searched up Trent and it says Trent Alexander-Arnold. Righto. The thing is, he needs to be on ball to actually make an impact, Trent Rivers, and we're not going to give him that. So, yeah, maybe not. Yeah, I'd probably agree. He just needs to be on ball. It was just a journal article, not any links behind it. Okay. Surprised Jagger and Mira didn't get a game. Oh, just a few more weeks in the waffle, mate. He'll be all good. Who takes Sharman? Okay, we'll actually get into matchups now. It's a good segue. All right, so their main guys, their main tools are Caminiti, who's gone forward in recent weeks, Sharman and Owens. Henry's named on a half-forward flank. I'm not sure how true that is, because Windy will probably be in the middle with McRae, Steele, Garcia, whoever else is in there. I'm going to say... it's interesting. They're so undersized. I was actually saying this last time we played them. They're a hard forward line to match up on because of their unique sort of size. I'd say Caminiti's the tallest, off a guess. Caminiti's 196, Sharman's 193, Owens 191. So I think Owens is the best player, but I think Sharman's making the most impact. So I'd say Cox goes to Sharman. I'd say that's probably why I brought in Omac. I'd say Omac goes to Caminiti, and I think Luke Ryan can probably go with Mitch Owens, if I were to guess. I'm interested. Do we go with like a... JL hasn't done it, but like a Corey Wagner half-forward tag on Wanganeen Millera? Because if we're going to tag someone, he's the guy. He's basically their quarterback. All their ball usage comes off halfback through him. So they could maybe do that, but I doubt he'll go in that direction. In terms of their backs, they've got their main key guys are Keeler, Wilkie, and Toru. I'd say Wilkie probably goes to Tracy. Toru, I assume, will go to Voss, and Keeler to Amos. But they're undersized back there. Like, how tall's Toru? 193. It's not particularly huge. Keeler's 198. Okay, maybe Keeler goes to Voss. Wilkie's the tallest, right? Wilkie's the shortest? 191. All right, well, Wilkie still goes to Tracy. Maybe Keeler goes to Voss, Toru to Amos. But it's a hard one. They're a weird size, St Kilda. They're a really weird size. We've still got some guys on the bench there to worry about. You know, you've got Jack Higgins there. You've got Dan Butler. So they've got guys we need to worry about. Do we tag McRae? He's not really good enough to tag. He's not making enough of an impact, really. We need him on Amadi. Do we? Now I've said that, Amadi will kick 9. Keeler and Caminiti swap. Maybe. There's a chance that happens. They've both sort of been playing equal amounts either side of the ground. They're both swingmen, so not sure. If Fife tries to break the tag and is not sub, who would be Duds, Raz, or Banfield? It would be... I'd say Dudley, because it's his first game back and he'd be a nice impact player, but I'm not sure. Coming into my thinking as well, though, the only player that could walk out of that game against St Kilda earlier this year with their head held high was, I'd say, Dudley. So I'm not sure if, I guess the season's changed a lot since then, but yeah, probably would be Duds. Winning 3 in a row Optus games would be good. Macrae tore us to shreds last time. I just don't think in the general context of the season, like you can have a good game, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're having a good season. So yeah, I don't think we're going to tag on the weekend. If we tag, it will be Wanganeen Miller and Wagner will start on half forward, but I still doubt we're going to do that. We've also got to look at a guy like Sinclair. Like Sinclair will get some midfield minutes. He'll get some halfback minutes. It'll still be a mix. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we do with the tag and what we do with the matchups all over the ground, because they're certainly a difficult team to match up on. Alex Pearce, he is injured and he'll be back for the Swans game next week. Jay was pretty confident in. All right, well, I think we've rattled through the team. If anyone has any final questions, I can get them in now. Otherwise, I'll wrap it up. There are the 3 changes for each team. Fremantle have omitted Josh Draper, James Aish, and Jeremy Sharp. They've brought in Oscar McDonald, Isaiah Dudley, and Sean Darcy. St Kilda have managed Jimmy Webster. Brad Hill's out with illness, and St Kilda have omitted Ryan Burns. They've brought in Hugo Garcia, Liam Henry, and Jack Carroll. There are the teams. Thank you all for watching. Big game Sunday. The preview will be out tonight, and the fan cams will be out Sunday night after the game. I'm not sure who's hosting them. I hope Drew's is, because I don't really want to keep hosting the fan cams on home games. It's a bit inconvenient. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Cheers. Up the Dockers.